Affordable anamorphic lenses, that's nothing new. SIRUI specifically have been making manual focus anamorphic lenses for a while now, but they are bringing out for us these. These are 3 full-frame autofocusing primes that literally have no competition on the market right now. These are 50mm, 75 and 100mm t1.8 SIRUI Astra lenses. They can be purchased individually or all together in a set and are available in Sony E, Nikon Z and these that I am using L-mount versions. I wanted to do something a little different than my usual review. I didn't really want to bore you all with technical details. You can read those up on the SIRUI website, but I wanted to give you first-hand opinion and samples using these lenses in a real-world situation. I've decided to make a short film and film it entirely with Lumix S1II and these 3 lenses. I've started from making a LinkedIn post looking for an individual or a small business who is passionate about what they do, someone with a story and maybe a cool product. Guy Haslam came forward, and after a short talk, we decided to shoot his backgammon club and luxury backgammon board story together. So in this video, I talk about how I've made that film, how it was filmed and edited, and I'll tell you more about these 3 lenses. But the link to the full Bond Club video is in the description below or here in the corner. I've tried packing light for this job. The fact that I was only using these 3 lenses made packing much easier for sure. Lumix S1II as a main camera, but also Lumix S1RII with Sigma 24-70mm f2.8 Mark II and 18mm for filming behind the scenes stuff you see here in this video. Also Lumix S9 and a few small other bits as well. Look how gorgeous these lenses look in their blue hard case. So I'm using OC G7 Pro monitor, 7-inch monitor. It's my favorite right now. It's great with Lumix cameras. It's big enough for me to see from a distance as well. So when I'm here, not behind the camera, but next to the camera while filming the interview, I can monitor it quite easily from this monitor stuck on a light stand. Simple. Okay, for the sound, we're gonna use Saramonic K9. I haven't used it before yet, so it's the first time we're gonna use it. This is a proper microphone, not like the DJI ones. Very pretty, but yeah, we're gonna see if it works today. I have done some tests with it. It works okay in the testing mode, but then obviously in real life situations, things go wrong. So we're gonna try it, and if it doesn't work, we can always go back to DJI. Try not to. That's a dual layer on this. Yeah, manual. Always important to have a manual with you. These Saramonic mics, the cable and the mic is literally indestructible. Very tough cable, very tough mics. Okay, this is looking good. Just need to change the squeeze, which I don't have easy here. Small orange light on the shelf behind the subject just to add a bit of warmth to the shot. The room was pretty bright already, but I have used one key light with the softbox to the left of the subject to fill in the shadows and went for 75mm lens for the interview part. I also wanted the camera to be next to me when filming, and 75mm allowed that. We're right next to a wood burner, so we're gonna test S1II overheating. Should be okay, but it's quite toasty right here in here where I am. Last few touches and a mic'd guy with K9 microphone. So we're gonna just stick on here.
All right, stick on that one, yeah.
And then we're gonna, you put the whole cable in. Yeah. It's a bit longer than it needs to be, so it's maybe just tie it up a little bit. Hang on. If you want to stick it on your belt, probably the best option is. Yeah.
Just there?
Yeah, just anywhere. I've done some research beforehand and I've prepared a few questions for Guy. So we filmed the whole interview in one go.
Like chess, which is pure skill, there's the dice involved, so there's a chance for a total beginner to beat a grandmaster. So it's really a very interesting game for everyone to play. You can learn it in 20 minutes and you can literally carry on learning for the rest of your life.
This is the final footage color graded in Adobe Premiere. I'll show you what I've done to achieve this look a little bit later in this video. What first pulled you into it?
My mum taught me how to play backgammon when I was 7. That was the first few games that I had.
We didn't really know what we were doing, but we enjoyed playing together.
All questions were fairly simple and Guy gave really good answers. When did backgammon become more than just a game for you? I'm not really used to interviewing and filming at the same time. I prefer to be behind the camera and control everything. I had no option in this case, but it was easy enough to do with the monitor in front of me.
With
crafts and furniture. I did a furniture restoration course.
I have considered running two cameras at the same time. The second one with 50mm for wider angle or 100mm for the close-up. But then I thought I'd be doing it just for the sake of doing it. I knew that the film will be heavily B-roll driven, so there was no need for the second interview angle. Filming with just one camera made it also easier and hassle-free. I haven't met with Guy in person before filming day, and I haven't seen his workshop in person, so I could not plan anything more in detail. No storyboard, no script. This can be sometimes a bad thing. It is a bad thing, as it's very hard to tell at this stage how much of B-roll is enough or not enough. So we kept shooting everything with all three lenses for a couple of hours. No plan and no structure, so I had to keep changing lenses very often. Initially I was a little bit disappointed with the focal length in this set, specifically lack of wide angle here, but anamorphic field of view is a little wider than you think. So 50mm is not as tight as normal 50mm when shooting with it indoors. These lenses are 1.33 times squeeze, which gives you roughly a field of view of 37.5mm on APS-C camera horizontally. The 50mm gives you that. I was actually surprised how wide I could get the shots looking with this 50mm. What is special about these is that they are autofocusing lenses. Autofocus works okay most of the time. Occasionally they all get a little bit confused, but 100mm a little bit more than the other two. Overall, when managed properly in well-lit situations, autofocus works well. The thing is that I am not a big fan of manually focusing. It is okay when you have a static subject or you don't move the camera. I film a lot handheld like this, and the autofocus of these lenses, even though not perfect, makes it possible to get shots I wouldn't be able to otherwise if I was focusing manually. Shooting on Lumix S1II, I can override autofocus by simply turning the focus ring when I need to. I can go old school with these lenses as well anyway and use them manually with the follow focus system and in the camera rig. That's why they are equipped with gears, and the gears are in the same places on all three lenses, so you can swap the lens on a follow focus rigged camera without changing anything else. In this situation, I filmed 95% of B-roll using autofocus and then only occasionally went manual. Are you coming to help? Yes? Are you filming this? Oh no, she wants to help you, not me. I don't want to kiss. I wish I had a dog. But I only got a monkey. Brass monkey. We obviously shot way too much stuff. You get the point that you just try to film everything. We've run out of things to actually show, so we started filming the tools and Guy pretending to work. This is normal when you shoot without the storyboard, and it's better to have too much of B-roll than not enough. Image quality these lenses deliver is pretty good. Nice smooth focus fall off, really nice color and contrast. As I shoot everything in Vlog and edit the color in post, I can't say that there are any visible differences in image quality between them. They should optically match to each other, and in filming situation like this, I can't see any difference between them visually, optically. Anamorphic lenses are not only for this narrower field of view, but also for their horizontal flares. You can actually choose when buying these if you want the flares to be traditional blue or natural, i.e. in the color of the light source. That's what I have here. I prefer the flares to be natural, personal preference. I was positioning my little light in the background to get some of these flares visible, but I didn't want them to visually define this film. It's easy to overdo it, for sure, and J.J. Abrams can tell you all about it. Focus breathing, unfortunately, there is some focus breathing visible with all three of them. This is something very rarely under control in more budget-friendly lenses, and even a problem with a lot of premium ones. Most of the time, this is not a huge problem, but there will be situations when this could be a deal breaker for some serious filmmakers. That's how it is, you just have to get used to it. To add some production value, I also got some gimbal shots. I've used a Zhiyun Cinepeer Crane 4E. Small gimbal, but it can handle a hybrid camera with one of these lenses without any problem. I've used 50mm for all gimbal shots here for the wider field of view. They all have similar weights, but not the same. I really like the reach of 75 and 100mm lenses, but in this case, on this shoot, 50mm was the most versatile in my opinion, and one I've probably used the most throughout. These lenses are priced at $850 each. Pretty good for what you get here. You You can save a little bit when buying the full set, and you get the blue hard case with them then too. The autofocus, generally speaking, works okay and makes using them in the run and gun one-man band scenario or when filming yourself by yourself much easier and possible. Good value for money, in my opinion, if you want a decent quality, affordable, anamorphic look with autofocus. Fairly simple interview to edit and lots of B-roll to go through. I use Adobe Premiere to edit video, and an anamorphic workflow in Premiere is very straightforward. After importing the files, all the footage looks squashed horizontally. This is normal. To make it look not squeezed and give it that signature anamorphic narrow view, I need to change the pixel aspect ratio. Standard video has got square pixels. These lenses are 1.3 times squeeze, so I need to stretch the pixels to 1 by 1.33. Simply select all the clips, right-click, modify, interpret footage, and change the pixel aspect ratio to HD anamorphic 1.333. And that's it. You can create a sequence in this aspect ratio so the final video will be narrower, or if you work in a standard 4K HD project, just drop them in and you'll have black bars on top and bottom like in this video. The actual Bond Club final video is in proper anamorphic aspect ratio, narrower. I've trimmed all the outtakes and my questions out of the interview first. I wanted the film to be 3 to 5 minutes long, but Guy talked all together for about 10 minutes. There was some repeats in it, so I have trimmed those down first, and I've ended up with a video about 7.5 minutes long. Sometimes it's very hard to see what to remove without losing the story and the message in the video. For the first time, I have tried something different, something new in my workflow. I have transcribed the interview and exported the subtitle file into text file, and then I've run it via ChatGPT. This really worked, as ChatGPT not only have told me what can go, but also why. These edits brought the video to under 5 minutes. It is now. As I was already in ChatGPT, I've created the script for the intro and outro as well. I didn't want to be myself in this film necessarily, but I've wanted to package it somehow, so I am doing the intro and outro. So the final intro and outro was written by AI, but I have tweaked it a little bit to sound more like me. I also like to color grade right from the start so I can see what the final is going to look like while I am editing. Here I simply added Vlog base look. On top of that, Adobe own Fuji Eterna 8563 creative look. And that's it. Then I've adjusted the brightness and color of individual clips as I went along. Very simple. After that, the process was fairly straightforward. I went through the whole interview, picking the right B-roll to match what Guy was talking about. In the end, I have used only like 40% or less of what we have filmed, but I felt that I was missing some very specific shots. This time I have made a list and went back to shoot all these extra shots and simply dropped them in spaces I have created in the project, so I knew exactly what I need to film and where it goes. I tweaked the sound just a little bit, and that's it. Guy sent me his Bond Club logo as well, which I have broken into layers in Illustrator and the simple animation in After Effects. The whole process of working with these lenses was very enjoyable. Optically, I think they deliver a really nice image, very easy to capture cinematic look with them, good weight and size, but most importantly, the price. There's no other full-frame autofocusing anamorphic lenses on the market at the time of filming this, so there's nothing to compare them to. They offer a lot in accessible price and autofocus, although not perfect, it is more than good enough for most of run and gun shooting situations. I really like these, and I can't wait to shoot more with them. Highly recommended. And this is it from me. Don't forget to watch Bond Club film if you haven't seen it already, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.